Um, okay, cool. All right, so it's recording now. So yeah, so please continue.
Sure. Do you want me to restart anything or?
Yeah, you could just give just a brief background of like
Sure.
your
So
school.
sure. So the background is I'm working with some folks from a rural village in Guatemala I just finished working with them to establish the first summer academy there.
Yeah.
And within that academy, we also created their first library.
Mm,
And that has given students the first experience with access to books.
mm,
And so what we did is during the academy, we introduced story time, so they got to listen to books, do crafts, play games, and then the parents requested that they learn some English as well. So many of the
okay.
books we have are also bilingual, um,
Okay.
and so that kind of all ties together. But one of the things I was noticing in I have an Amazon wish list on a website, and people donate books,
Oh,
and we've
cool.
brought them down. We have about
Yeah.
100 books so far, but out of
Okay.
those books, the kids love them, but I just couldn't find stories that also reflected their lived experiences,
Mm, mm,
because it is quite a different world
mm.
from many of the stories that we have here, even the ones that are in Spanish.
Okay.
And so when I spoke with Dr. Unger, he happened to mention and showed me examples of how he's used AI
Mm,
to create books.
mm.
And that was a whole game changer because I was then able to take the interviews that I did with the students where they introduced themselves and told about some of their favorite things
Yeah.
and what I know about the village, plug those into AI and create a
Mm.
story that really reflects the reality. For example,
Oh,
it
that's great.
describes the village as having a rubber tree forest around it, which
Wow.
again,
Okay.
you're not going to hear that in many
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Very
Um,
specific. So basically,
yeah.
it's very specific. But one of the struggles that I've been having is I tried using AI to generate images,
Okay.
and two big issues with that. One is I couldn't find um, ones that would give me consistent characters throughout the
Mm,
story. So the character, and I don't know if this is ever something to resolve, but the characters kept changing, right? And it's a children's picture book, so it should technically have the same characters throughout, but they
yeah.
kept looking different. So every page
Yeah.
you get a different look for the character.
Okay. All right. So
Um,
there might
yeah.
be a way, and you're using Doll, which program, which,
So Dr. Unger showed me Dial E,
hmm,
um, but then I also ran out of credits. And I could certainly purchase it, but I also didn't know if that's the best one, if I should go that route, or like
yeah,
where I'm going to best put my money as well.
yeah. Okay. So I use Midjourney, and we'll
Okay.
go through it later, but right now I'm thinking there's a couple of different things we could do to try to preserve the characters that you generate. So there's in Midjourney, they have something called the seed number for every image that you create. And you could like if you have photographs of like the forest, the rubber tree forest,
Mm-hmm.
you can upload those photographs into Midjourney so the students at your school could actually see their environment like in the storybooks, you know what I mean? And
Really?
yeah, they you can yeah, we'll go through that. I'll show you examples of how to do that. And we can
Okay.
even um, so I've noticed also that that sometimes the characters can change, especially when there's multiple characters, which in a
Yeah.
storybook is very common, you know, a children's storybook. So I have three kids and like thousands of books that I've read.
I
So like
bet.
when I first was thinking about meeting with you, I did a little bit of research looking up like Guatemalan art, like historical art and Guatemalan like children's stories, children's books. And also I have some of my favorite like Leo Leone. I don't know if you know him. Leo Leone is like one of my all-time favorite children's authors, like the artwork, but more than the artwork, just the story, like the moral of the story is about sharing and creativity and everything. I thought was really great. But I was thinking like it might be good, and we can meet again. Like as the semester goes on, if you want, we can meet every once in a while just to go over stuff and continue to work on whatever you want to work on. But I was
Thank
thinking like yeah, we can work today. We'll make some images. I'll show you how to like upload images into Midjourney, like
you.
photographs or images. And then let's try to figure out a way to work on the character. I was thinking before we met, like it could be good to we can create a series of characters that you're interested in. And then when you see one of the images that you feel like, oh, this group of characters seems good, like we can use this every image. Like Midjourney has literally billions and billions of images. It's like over 4 billion now images.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge number of images. So I think it's like almost 5 billion now. So it's like 400 and something, yeah, 400 something billion images. So we can get the seed number from the image that you like with the characters that you like. And then we
Mhm.
can use that seed number so that Midjourney would go back to that seed number and reference those individual characters. But I'm just like it's not a like you can't do everything with Midjourney. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you can't like at least I'm not sure if you can. I'll show you like the limits of what I know how to do with it,
Okay.
but right now I don't know if you could like create the whole story. Like I'm also working on a children's book, and I recently like contacted this artist who does great like children's books, but they're so busy that they're not able to take on the project. So I was thinking like, okay, how could I do this? And it's like you don't want to copy an artist's style. You know what I mean? It's like I thought, oh, I could use Midjourney and write like, oh, do this children's storyboard in the style of, say, Leo Leone or something as an example.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because then I feel like I feel like you're not it's not like a ethical way to
Mm.
like, copy an artist's work without giving them credit for it, even though it's not entirely like their work. It wouldn't entirely be their work, but today we can play with it, and we can put in like we can just use some examples of famous children's book authors just to
Mm.
see. And we can also put in like in the style of traditional Guatemalan art or something
Mm.
like that. So why don't we just jump in and we'll get started with that. And
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question then? Because you
yeah.
mentioned uploading photos.
Yeah.
What if I have photos of the actual children? Can those
Yeah,
be
that's
uploaded?
yeah, that's I could show you that too. Like I could upload a photo of one of my kids and just show you how to
Okay.
like take this photo and make it into like did you have a particular like kind of art like a style of art? Would it be like watercolor painting? Would it be like a chalk painting or like oil painting or colored pencil? Like what was the or do you have like a specific artist that you're interested in? Like
Artists, no, that is definitely not my forte, the art world. But I will say what captures or has captured the students' attention, the images that Dolly created, and I
mhm,
can show you a quick
mhm.
example of one,
Yeah.
were very bright and vivid.
Okay.
It was also a fairy tale style
Okay.
story. So I think that really captured the students' attention.
Okay.
Um, just let me grab that quickly.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm pretty sure you can share. I think it's like, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, okay. I'll share it now.
I played with Dolly a little bit, but in
Oh
I
no, I have to send request. Sorry.
yeah, that's okay. Wow, yeah, that's okay. I come from an architecture background, so I like
Oh,
Dolly
wow.
because of the way I feel more it feels more fluid to me to work with Dolly and the way
Dolly.
I'm sorry, to work with Midjourney. I'm sorry, yeah.
Midjourney.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you did this with Dolly. So this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that the pictures came out like again very fantasy-like.
Yeah.
And again it kind of captures your attention with the light.
Yes. Yeah. I think this looks great. Yeah.
Okay.
What don't you like about this, or do you like this? Like,
I like the style. I think
okay.
again, the issue I ran into is take a look at this. Here's
Okay.
this picture, right?
Yeah.
Here's the one before it. See how the boy
Okay.
looks complete, almost
Yeah.
completely different,
Yeah. Wearing different clothes. Yeah. Yeah.
wearing different clothes.
Mm.
Um, look, he looks like even older here because
Yeah.
I kept trying to plug in the same information. And then the other thing that happened is I wanted to have two boys and one girl. Or no, in
Okay.
this case it was um three girls and one boy. And I
Okay.
could get it, but that was after multiple attempts. It kept
Yeah.
giving me two boys or six girls.
Mm.
Here, look, they're even older here. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I couldn't keep the ages, even though I put in ages, I couldn't keep, um,
Go back an image. Go back one image. I just wanted. Did you see like did you see, no, no, go forward one.
oh,
where they're walking down the road. Yeah, this one. Like you see how their bodies are contorted?
Yeah, that's the
They're
other thing
walking
I know.
away from you from the
Yes.
lower half, but their upper half is walking like this way. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that happened too. And sometimes it cut off their heads. I would get a picture that had no
yeah,
head.
yeah, that happens. That's kind of frequently that
Is
kind
it
of
an AI thing?
it is an AI thing. AI doesn't, I can talk about that briefly. AI doesn't really understand, it doesn't have an underlying like base knowledge of how things are supposed to work. Like that's
Mm,
why it always messes up things like this. It just
okay.
knows like, okay, arms get connected to a shoulders and a head gets connected to a neck. It
Yeah.
looks at a bunch of these images like it like the way maybe you know about this, like, but the way like a large language model works is that it just scrapes the internet of like a, enormous quantity of information, of data,
Hmm.
like images, poems, books, um like everything that you can imagine, writing, like internet posts, photographs, and it stores it in this like in its large language model, and then it uses whenever you write a prompt, it looks at individual words that you write. Like, so if you write like children's storybook, it'll look up children. So it'll start accessing images of children, then it'll start accessing images of storybook, then it'll access images of Guatemala, then it'll access images of, of the environment or whatever. And it starts to stitch those together in a way that will construct images. And the success or failure of those images is can be determined by your input. Like if you sort of like one image, then it'll sort of go back to that image and build off of that image, you know. But and it's the same. I imagine it's the same thing. I know a little bit more about Midjourney than I do about DALL-E. But so in the prompt for this,
Hmm.
what did you like? Just roughly, like, do you remember what you wrote for the prompt?
I wrote things um, a, like I described the children's as far as three girls and one boy, ages 6 to 9.
Mhm.
Um, I did end up, and I said Guatemalan, but then
Yeah.
I ended up saying specifically brown hair because
Okay.
it gave me some other hair colors.
Yeah.
I wanted it to have brown hair.
Mhm.
Um, I tried to put in actually brown skin at one point in time, and then it
Yeah.
made them look more like African American, which is not what I
Okay.
wanted. Um,
Okay.
I put in that it was a rural village
Mhm.
with, I had to put specifically, I put rubber trees, but then I had to put specifically how the houses were made because it was the houses weren't accurate. So I wanted um, concrete um
Okay.
houses with
Yeah.
tin roofs, and then it made the houses look pretty accurate when I would put that in.
When
Um,
you wrote, can I just ask you a question? When you wrote, did you tell it to put like tires in on the ground?
no,
So
no.
that's part of the rubber. That's part of the
I'm,
rubber input. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
thought,
that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
you put rubber trees, so it puts all these rubber tires around the trees. You know what I mean? It
I sort
doesn't.
of, I be honest with you, I ignored sort of the flaws at that point in time. I was like, this is good enough because I had spent a lot of time
Yeah.
trying to get it that far. And I
Yeah.
said, oh,
Yeah.
this is good. But you're right. It's funny because as we pull this up now, I'm noticing them more than I did before. So
Yeah.
it's the rubber. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, see how it does it? You put in rubber and it
Yeah.
goes, probably tires are associated with the word rubber in its large
Yeah.
language model. And then it
Yeah.
would put them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
it doesn't understand it. So that's
Yeah.
why it can be difficult. And you can spend days trying to get the image you like. But
Oh, yeah. It was very frustrating many times. Like, that's what took me longest. It wasn't getting the story in place. The story was adorable and came
yeah.
out very quickly. It was
Okay.
getting the images.
Okay. All right.
Also, sorry, one other thing. When I did the story, I said suggest images because Dr. Unger
Okay.
showed me, or that you could also say, create the story and suggest images for each page. And so it would suggest what I should put on each page, but it was a
Okay.
very general suggestion.
Okay. Another thing you could do is like in Midjourney, which is nice, is you can upload an image into Midjourney, and
Hmm.
then you can ask Midjourney to describe the image. And then Midjourney will give you the prompt that you would put in to get an image similar to that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like
Ah,
you can kind of work a little backwards. Like if you have pictures of children, you can
yep.
upload the image and ask Midjourney to describe this. And then it'll give you a prompt that will describe those children like sort of exactly. So
Okay.
that could be another way,
Mm.
another way for you to do it. And then I have to do I'd have to do a little more research to like figure this out for sure, but usually I've only uploaded like one image at a time when I've worked with Midjourney. So I'm
Mhm.
just wondering if you can upload like multiple images into Midjourney. There might be a way to do that. I'll have to dig around a little bit and find out. But why don't we get started? We'll just jump into
Sure.
we'll
Thank
jump
you.
in. Yeah, yeah,
I can
sure.
stop sharing.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
let me open up mine and then share share. I think my desktop is kind of a mess, so you're just gonna have to excuse me.
No problem. I
Oh,
always have multiple things open.
yeah, my page is like this. It's like totally crazy. Let me I know I have it open here somewhere.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. Midjourney. Yeah, you have like Claude,
Mhm.
Perplexity, like
Yep.
ChatGPT. They're all
Oh,
I
they're all connected to Midjourney?
No, they're not, but these are just the tabs that I have open because I'm just jumping
Oh,
around so much. Like, so this is,
yes.
I'll just show you an example. Like, this is my friend called me yesterday and he's a pianist. He's Filipino. So he wanted me to make an image for him because he's hosting a piano bar. So I made this image off this prompt. It's like 1940s era vintage sepia photograph of a speakeasy piano bar with an ethnically diverse audience and a Filipino pianist. And it
Oh,
made
wow.
images. He wants to use this as a flyer for where he plays
Ah,
piano. You know what I mean? So these are the kind
that
of,
is cool.
yeah, but this is just it's just one example. And then
Yeah.
I can also go, let me just jump here for
It
a
looks
second.
so real.
Yeah, it really does look. This is another project that I've been working on. But I wanted to scroll down and show you like where I've used images before, like in prompts with prompts. Let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, most like the big majority of my images are architectural. So I just want to scroll
Oh,
down.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of them are like, yeah, so this is a little bit where I've used, I'll show you this. This is where I've uploaded a drawing and so you can see this is the image that I uploaded. This was like a sketch of an interior like lobby that my friend had asked
Okay.
me to help them design. So this is just one sketch that
Did
I
you
like,
sketch this?
yeah. This is like one sketch that I stuck to my wall in my attic and I just took a picture and then I uploaded
Mhm.
it into Midjourney. And then I wrote in this prompt like interior of a high-end residential weekend house in the forest, made of walnut wood and beton brute concrete in the style of, and then these are architects that whose work I really admire, with a feeling of apricity, golden hour, serene. I spelled serene wrong. um,
I
and
can't even see
sublime.
it, don't worry.
Yeah, and sublime. So these are some of the images that it makes. Like
Wow.
you can see a
Look at
little
the
bit.
wood.
Yeah, it does a great job. But you can see that on the wall here on the left,
Wow.
it shows like oops, it shows like a drawing, like a pencil.
Yeah.
And that's how it's like it's interpreting my drawing in a way that's like a little bit unexpected because
Okay.
it's looking at the drawing that I did and it's
Uh-huh.
basically just saying like, oh, this is a drawing on a wall. So when it presents the image, it's just putting a drawing on the wall like similar to that. You know what I mean? So that's
Oh,
how typically like part of the mistakes that it makes or like part of the
yeah.
weird things that it does. But I wanted to show you, let me get off this for a second. I wanted to scroll down and show you another example of like I helped this fashion designer was working on I got to go back a little more. Was working on a collection of clothes and they wanted to incorporate like traditional um, they live in Iceland, so they wanted to incorporate like traditional Icelandic embroidery into some of their work. Let me just see if I can find it. It's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Just see if I can find it for a second. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I uploaded like she had sent me images. I don't know if the images are still here or not. Let me see. No, they may have expired. But so these she went to a museum and
Hmm.
photographed like images of traditional Icelandic embroidery. And then I
Okay.
uploaded that image and I wrote like a black bomber jacket with embroidered flowers and it drew
Hmm.
off the so that's kind of like some of the things that you can do. just if you want to use an image as a source. But what we can do is, let me go back to,
Wow.
yeah, it's really kind of like unlimited. So why don't we just get started and we'll just write a prompt. So let's try, um, let me just think of one. So you want it to be a story, just
Do you want to try the image that wasn't that great that from Dali, the one with the rubber trees, and just see if we can get a better one?
upload it.
Oh
Give me
no, no,
the
just
prompt.
if
Yeah,
you
give
put
me the,
in a
yeah,
prompt
if
for
you
it.
tell me the prompt, then I'll write that in and we'll see how it looks.
Okay, so let's see. I mean, again, I'm not great at this, but I'll try. So three um young, or should I just put three Guatemalan girls and one boy, ages 6 to 9,
Um, a- age 6 to 9. Okay.
um, walking through a rubber tree forest.
See how it does with that.
Yeah.
Rubber, trees, forest. Okay.
At sunrise.
Okay. At at sunrise. Okay.
Just
So
try that.
yeah, yeah, we can try this and then we'll go back. And I'm just thinking we should add a little bit like we can add a little bit more to it because this if we put this in, it's going to come out very much like a photograph. But there's no problem with that. We can just do that.
Oh, right. I didn't say for a children's book or
Yeah.
anything.
And then we'll
Yeah.
go back and we'll see. Oh, is this working? Hold on. Let me copy this. Copy back. So this is I didn't really talk about. So this is the Midjourney page. I didn't really bring up today.
Okay.
So this is the Midjourney page. So I subscribe to this, so I pay like a monthly fee, but I have like unlimited amount of prompts that I can put in. So
Okay.
another way to do this is they have like if you sign up for Midjourney, they
Hmm.
have rooms called like newbie rooms where if you're
Okay.
new to it, and so you can go to a newbie room and it's like a public forum where you can
Hmm.
see the images that everyone is creating. And
Mm,
what I did for like a while is just go there and look at how people are writing prompts,
mm,
the images that are coming up. And if I saw some of them I thought were just outstanding, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I would copy, you can see their prompts. And that's how
hmm.
you can kind of learn that's how I learned a little bit about how important the language is and the
Yeah.
structure of the prompt is into getting what you want. So it's
Right.
worth it to spend some time there. Like there's nothing that I can do to like to give you that. It's like you'd have to go there and learn a little bit about it and
Hmm.
learn about how people are writing prompts and see if you can find ones that you like and then see how they structure the prompt. But
Right. That makes
that's
sense.
that's yeah, that's one of the things I did. And then I would also keep like I don't know if I have it open. I don't have it open, but I have like a Microsoft Word document that's like almost 300 pages long of prompts. So it's like whenever I would write a prompt that I think is really good, I would copy it and then save it. And then even when I was on the newbie rooms, if I saw someone write a prompt and their image, I was really impressed with how they were using words in their prompt, I would copy their prompt and put it in my AI prompt log just to see like, okay, this is how they're doing it, and just to try to learn from them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's give this a shot, and we'll see how it comes up. It's going to come up like a,
Like a photograph.
yeah, it's going to come up like a photograph. So, and we could play. I mean, we could add. I'm already thinking like how we can add words to this to make it
Yeah.
a little better, and then not that there's anything wrong with it, but let me see. Okay.
Oh,
So there's some things. Oh, so this is kind of storybookish, but it's like
yeah.
it's actually not too bad.
No.
Maybe because we put, I'm trying to, right now I'm thinking like, why did it do that? And probably because we didn't say, like you can say like a photographic, like cinematic image of
Mm,
children, and then it would look like a real photograph. But probably because we did do that and we
mm.
put children, then it described it kind of like a storybook, which is actually not bad. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is neat.
Yeah. And then maybe I hyphenated the rubber tree. So maybe that's
Oh,
why
so it didn't give us rubber.
it didn't break it into two different things. So
Right.
that could be one way to do it also. All right, so let's go back. I want to change the aspect ratio. So that's something I like to do. It's like my personal preference, but I'll show you.
Is it four images because those are four to choose from?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's a great
Okay.
point. Yeah. At any point, just stop me if because sometimes I forget. Like, just stop me and I can just explain it. So
Thank
exactly a
you.
great point. So there's four images. So the top left is image number one.
Hmm.
Top right is image number two. Lower left is image three. Lower right is image four. So
Okay.
below that, you see these buttons, a series of buttons.
Yes.
So you like just pick one of these images. Which one do you like the best? Doesn't
Um, yeah, I mean um maybe
one,
the
two,
top right,
top right. Okay,
the
so
you two, the
yes, that
two.
would be you too. So U means upscale. So
Mm-hmm.
when I hit upscale, it's going to take this image and immediately generate like a more quality image, higher quality image and a
Mm.
larger image. So we can
You
upscale,
hit upscale. Hmm.
yeah, upscale. So we can upscale it again. So let's just do that. We'll upscale it one more time, and now it's going to give you like a much higher quality image. And
Okay.
it's good to go through this now. Sometimes I forget, like um, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to start. But so by default, Midjourney generates square images, and
Hmm.
it's fine as a default. But like the images that like you can see some of these images here, like after the prompt up here, can you see the prompt?
Yes.
Like this is an example where I uploaded an image. I was working with another student, and I uploaded an image
Hmm.
of the Wilmington massacre that happened November 10th, 1898, um,
Hmm.
where like a bunch of like white supremacists um, went in and destroyed this town. And so I wrote this, but at the end, you can see a bunch of these like dash dash like
Yeah.
AR 32. That AR means the aspect ratio. So that's why this
Mhm.
image is not square, right? So then there's dash dash V 5.2. That's the version of Midjourney. So right now, the current version of Midjourney is 6.1, but I kind of prefer a little bit older version. And then, but we'll talk about this a little bit later, like in a little more detail, because it's kind of a lot to get into. But the next thing I want to do with this image is I want to change the aspect ratio. So we can go back to the prompt and we'll just copy it and we'll change.
And the aspect ratio,
Yeah.
how does that affect the image?
It doesn't affect the image so much. It will, so this is upscaled 4 times.
Okay.
I'll just show you. So we'll just do another prompt. So when you write a prompt, you would hit like a backslash and then
Hmm.
imagine, and
Right.
then you would write your prompt. And then let's just do dash dash um, aspect ratio. Wait, aspect ratio. Let's do 16 to 9. I think that's like the widescreen TV format.
Okay.
That's a more like a lot of children's books are formatted in that way, like more horizontal. And so you can see how they're no longer squares. And you know,
Mhm.
so I'll send you a copy of this video too,
Oh,
so
thank
that if you
you.
want to go through it again, if I'm talking about stuff that too fast or something like yeah, these are actually kind of really nice. Actually, this is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
This one's really nice. See, it doesn't
Yeah.
get
Look
right.
at the
It has
light.
yeah, the light is great. So this, if you wanted this light in the prompt, you would write
Mhm.
something like golden hour. Golden
Oh,
hour is like that's one of my favorite words, like to use in a prompt because like a lot of my great memories as a child are of this time of day, like when the sun is going down and you're like, it's just the way the sunlight interacts with the natural world at that time. And especially in architectural space, like most of the time the sun doesn't directly enter a house other than when it's like low on the horizon. And then you get beautiful light, sunlight like entering the space. So
mm.
for me, that's a very powerful, like golden hour, or like another one of my favorite words is apricity. Apricity is like what I like about the word apricity is that it describes the human feeling or response to sunlight. And basically it's the feeling of sunlight um, in winter. So if you're cold and suddenly you feel the sunlight, it has this feeling. So what Midjourney does then is it would look through its large language model and find the word apricity and see what images are associated with that. And it would draw off sunlight like this. So you can use language, like there's a famous quote by Mark Twain. Was it Mark Twain? No, it's not Mark Twain. It's Wittgenstein, which is the limits of my language are the limits of my world. And I think that's particularly like relevant. I mean, I think it's particularly relevant like for the human experience, but in crafting prompts, it's very relevant because every word carries a lot of weight. And what's Mark Twain also wrote a great, there's a great quote by Mark Twain. It's um, I apologize for writing such a long letter. I didn't have time to write a short one. So it's like,
Yes, I actually have heard that before.
yeah,
That is, I think he's hysterical.
it's a great
Yes.
quant, and that also
Yeah.
ties into it ties into writing prompts. If you write too
Yeah.
much information in the prompt, it kind of like for a human being, it's fine. Like we'll see the nuance in what you're trying to say, but if you can really choose your words carefully, I find that the results that you get from working in Midjourney, like Midjourney AI, image generation AI, they're much better. So, but there's so much to do with this application, like this software. Like there's no way I can explain it all like in an hour or something. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah. So number two is great. So let's go back if we
Mm,
wanted to. Oh, what's this? Oh, this was the upscaled version. So let's just
mm,
go here. Let's upscale image two because that's really great. And then below those numbers, you also see like V1,
right.
V2, V3, and V4. So image two, I think is strong, strongest emotional reaction for me is
Hmm.
in image two. So I would hit V2, and that's going to give us four variations of that image.
Okay.
So you can hit that, and now that's going to generate. See, this is the upscaled version of that.
Oh, wow.
We can upscale it again. We'll upscale four times. That's going to give us like a much stronger one, much stronger version, and much more detailed image. And like earlier, we went to my Midjourney library, which is like, oops, let me just scroll up here. Yeah. Um, yeah, these are some images I created a couple days ago of Martin Luther King, like speaking at the Washington Monument. They look like they could be real photographs. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes, they do.
It's like that's because what I did was a part of the research I did for working with the student was like 1960s vintage black and white photograph, cinematic shot, ultra wide angle shot, far away shot. I changed the aspect ratio to 19:6. So for me, that's much more interesting because a simple square shot, the way the human visual system works is you're able to take all the information in at once. You know what I mean? But if you have a broader shot, it's much more similar to the natural human cone of vision, which
Mm,
horizontally is like, it's like almost 200 degrees horizontally. It's like a little more than 180 degrees, but vertically it's less. You know what I mean? It's like maybe
hmm.
90 degrees or something like that, less. So by creating an image like in a wider format, for me, it's a much more engaging image because you have to look at different parts of the image to sort of take all the information in. And
Hmm.
that corresponds a lot more to the natural human experience where you enter a space and you have to like look around the space to understand what's happening. So for me,
Yeah.
and in a children's book, it enables you to also add like more details to sort of expand the story a little bit. But anyway, um, let's go. Oh, I want to go to the top. So you can see in the image library, if I update the page, it'll show you like the images that we just did. What is it? Yeah, here.
Mm,
So it shows you these images that we just did. So this is like the library where you can just easily scroll through all of the images as like a way to organize them. So we hit
mm,
upscale 4 for this image. So if we go down, um, this gives us the variations. So these are the variations. Let me just go up here. So these are when we hit V2 earlier, it gave us
mm,
variation. So we could take a look at these. And what
mm.
happens is with these four images, if you click on them, it opens them up a little bigger. And
Right.
then you can also go down to the lower left and hit open in browser, and that will open these images up in the browser, and they'll be much bigger. And then
Oh, wow.
you can click on it and zoom in, and you can see there's a lot more
Oh,
detail.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just for me, this is just beautiful image, you
Oh,
know.
gorgeous.
This is great with this is great with the way the vines are hanging down. I'm not too familiar with rubber trees, but is this what they look like? I'm not sure.
Not, I
Not
mean,
really
ones I've seen are not quite as big as
big.
this,
Okay. Okay.
but
This is
they,
typical.
it looks,
Yeah, these are great. These for me, these are great. I don't know if this is what you like or what you
looks
wanted.
amazing. No, I think in it, I don't know why, but I feel like this one, again, the V2.
Yeah, the upper right one. Yeah, let me
Maybe.
just go
Yeah.
back. So what we can do with this is then go to V2 and upscale V2 again. That's really gorgeous. I
Mm.
like the way they're holding hands too. It's like
That's kind of what I like the kids in
like
that one in
it shows
particular.
it shows emotional connection and the
Yeah.
part of the human natural human experience of community, you know.
Yes. And that's huge in this
And so
village.
that's yeah, that's it's the natural way I think of human beings.
Mm.
But it seems to be lost in today's world. But
I would say not there though. Not there.
yeah, that's precious. That's very
It's
precious.
amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So one of the things we can do is you see below here, um, you can vary these now. You can vary it strong.
Uh,
So let
uh-huh.
me just hit that very strong. So now it's going to take this image and it's going to create variations of that, like strong. You can
Hmm.
also vary it subtle. And then we can also vary a region. So let's do that. Let's vary a
Oh.
region. So if you don't like one area, you can go in and it says
Hmm.
drag to select the area to be changed.
Mm.
So let's just, let's see what happens if we select the children, if it will change the children. And there's
Hmm.
another thing you can do. So you just select the region and press the
Yeah.
arrow, and it's going to create a new image of those four children. Another thing you can do is if you want the children to be facing you, you can describe their eyes. You can say
Uh,
looking thoughtfully or looking sad, and then Midjourney will know that the child is not looking away. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's looking at the camera or looking at the viewer. So yeah, so this was the upscaled image. This is a little bit upscaled. Was this upscaled? Yeah. This is the upscaled one. Open on website for full quality. This is upscaled 4 times. These are the strong variations. So it took that one image, number two,
Yeah.
and I hit very strong, and
Mm.
four that came up. Open in browser.
Oh wow, like the sunlight's even sharper.
Yeah, it will play with that a little bit. And there's also settings you can got stuck. Sometimes it gets stuck. There's also settings you can play with called like chaos. And if you increase the chaos that's associated with the prompt, like these prompts are pretty similar, right? These images are pretty similar. But if
Mm.
you increase the chaos of the prompt, it'll give you a lot more variation. You know,
Mm.
maybe there's so much to play with, but yeah, these are yeah, it played with the sunlight more and okay, so let's go back and oh, this was varied by region. So this is the example where we varied the children. So it gave us
Children.
different
Oh yeah.
samples of the children.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you can see it's like here, there's three,
3,
two.
2.
Yeah, so just it varied that. So
Yeah. Oh,
there's also a way that you can write what you want. Let me just go to settings quick. So when you vary a region,
mm-hmm.
we go to settings. Hold on a second. Settings. See the remix mode? If you turn on remix mode, right? Let's turn this on. Let me just see here for a second. And so we remember earlier I said like I like to work in version 5.2.
Yeah.
It's an older version, but I have a theory of like how large language models are working, which deals with like and I may have said this statistic previously, like in an earlier recording, but um, in 2023, I think it was 10% of all internet content was generated by AI. And now that's an enormous amount of content.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you
Mm-hmm.
think about every single thing that's on the internet, and last like 2023,
Mm-hmm.
10% of that was generated by AI. By
Mm-hmm.
next year, 2026, 90% of all internet content will be, yes, that's what
Wow.
90%. That's part in part because of what we're doing.
Just in
Like,
3 years.
yeah, just in 3 years. And so there's a theory called the dead internet theory, which is like one of the great contributing things that the internet did is it allowed people from all over the world to share ideas and thoughts and art and communicate very fluidly and this communication. But that content is getting contaminated now by AI. So by next year, with 90% of the internet content being generated by AI, it's leading to like a lot of peer-reviewed journals.
Hmm.
They did a study. I read one study where they looked at the language used in the peer review, and they found starting in 2023, there was a dramatic increase in the words used by ChatGPT. So what that means is that the people who are the professors who are supposed to be peer reviewing their colleagues' work are just putting it into ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT to write a peer review and then uploading that as the peer review. So
Is that
yes,
even ethical?
it's, I mean, it shouldn't be, and I've complained about it before. To me, it's not because it really undermines. To me, it leads in it correlates to a decline in critical thinking, development of critical thinking, and there's like reading and there's deep reading, and the ideas generated um, and the contribution to your understanding are dramatically different. I've looked at a couple studies that show like just reading something online, like if you read, say we're like assigned a reading and we read it on our computer, like a couple days later or even a day later, you will really remember very, very little about that. But that's why like I always print out my readings and I sit with a pen and I underline and I make notes. And they show that that process correlates to like much more deeper contribution to your understanding of what's happening. So, anyways,
Yes.
yeah. So let's just get back. So you put remix mode on. So I use model 5.2 because I think it's drawing off a much older large language model. And so because of that, it's drawing off of more human generated work
Okay.
and less like we can switch it and I'll show you. So this is the default model is 6.1. So we'll switch it to 6.1. Remix mode is on. Okay. So let's just copy this prompt again and we
Okay.
can go in now and we'll change some of the prompts. Copy, and I'll show you how to upload an image down here. So you hit backslash or forward slash. What is that? Is that a forward slash or a backslash? I'm not even sure.
And it's a backslash.
The backslash. Okay, so backslash. I've heard people call it forward slash, so
Oh,
I want to mess it up. Okay, so let's it kind of I like kind of like the natural tone of this image. So you know what? Let's do the seed image. Let's get the seed image for here. So let me just see this for a second. Um, oh, here's the describe one. Info. Let's hit info. It looks like clear it. I'll clear it. Yeah. Info. Clear it. Go back. Let's just go here. This one, right? Oh, let's go. Sorry. Where are we? Yeah. So this one is actually, let's go back to the other one that was good. This one, right? This one had 4 children.
yes.
Yeah. So if you want to get the seed, this is important for you because if you want to maintain continuity
Yeah.
from a specific image, you want to get what's called the seed image number. And so, like I said, we're going to get that seed. So you see in the top right-hand corner here of this
Yep.
image, there's this little box with these 4 figures. You click on that and hold on a second. Go back. You should be able to, oh, here it is. You see up here, this
Hmm.
envelope? You want to click the envelope, okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a new message. And in the new message below, it should have the seed image. See that down here? This is the image, and this is the
Yes.
seed number. Like, let me just see what this
Okay.
number is. So that's 100,000. So this is 3 billion. So now in its library, this is the seed number so you should you should copy this down, or you can look at it later. And then if you get Midjourney, you can log into Midjourney and put this seed number in, and then you can use
Oh,
this seed
wow.
number
Yeah.
as the base image to draw your story from. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to copy the seed number, right? And we'll use this seed number to do a new prompt. Let's go down here. So backslash imagine. I think you put the seed number first. Let me just think. I think you put it first. I don't usually use a seed image. So now let's put the prompt. We can play with it. I'm not perfect with this, and sometimes I forget exactly the process.
This is
But,
way more than I know.
uh, so let's just seed. That's the seed image 3. A children's book. I mean, maybe we could play with let's do a style. Let's do a style. Walking through at sunrise. So you put let's put golden hour. Golden hour. Sublime. Sublime. Serene. We'll spell serene right this time. Sublime, serene, apricity. No, not apricity, because that's a famous line. In summer. In summer. What else could we put?
Is it going to assume it's in Guatemala just because we put that they were Guatemalan children, or
Sure.
should we
Okay.
specify
Is there
that?
a city? Is there a city or town?
Yeah, there is.
Uh,
I mean, again, I don't know if it'll know that because it's very, very small, but I can
yeah.
share that.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Vera
R-A-C-R-U,
Cruz. Veracruz. CRUZ.
C-R-U, was it
Z.
Z, Cruz.
Z.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me just capitalize it.
Oh, and make sure you put Guatemala because there's one in Mexico.
Uh, G-U, Guatemala.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, this seems good to me. Let's just try it. I mean, is there anything else? Oh, take out this version because we want it to run in version 6.1. Aspect ratio. Is there anything else we need? We'll just try it and see what happens. It's like one of the things I also like to do is like I like to remember and I like to remember the cost of this because it's like um, if you use AI, like if you use ChatGPT to write a 100-word email, it uses the equivalent energy of like a single light bulb burning for 14 hours. And if that same 100-word email also uses the equivalent of like half 500 milliliters of water to keep the servers cool and continue to run. So it's like
Yeah.
there's a sustainability cost associated with this, and it's important to bear in mind. So you can see we have different images here. Let's take a look.
Oh.
Very different feeling, but you can see the way the prompt that we put in summer,
Hmm.
it has a lot different. It seems the children seem very similar, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
um, let's do an image. Let me just go. Well, let's upload an image. Let me go back. Let's do a quick internet
Actually,
search.
those trees though look more like the trees
Yeah.
in Guatemala.
Is that right? Okay. So
Yeah.
which
They're
maybe
not as big. So like what that one you're pointing to right now,
yeah, the top right.
looks
Yeah, that's a good one. That looks
that
good
looks
too.
really good.
Yeah. So
And the
image
other one too in the bottom,
bottom
the
left.
hmm
Yes, we can upscale those. So that would be upscale 2 to an upscale 3. Upscale 3. And we can also let's do variations of 2. And you can see very quickly, what is this? Do not share password. Okay, submit. You can see very quickly how like I worked with a student the other day and we generated over 200, like 250 images in like a little over an hour.
wow.
So you can see how just sitting down and just going through this, it's like yeah, so it's upscaling it.
Yeah.
Let's just try to vary a region and we'll put 4 children here.
Yeah, that would be great. And can we make one of them a boy? Is that
Yeah, so
possible?
you remember how I went back in the settings and
Mm-hmm.
I selected remix mode?
Mm-hmm.
What that does is in remix mode, we can select the area to be changed, right?
Mhm.
But now it gives us a prompt down here, and
Okay.
we can change it. So let's try that. Let's write oops a daisy. Let's write 4 children. 4 children okay, walking. Let me just think for a second. With wait, that's just 4 children walking, thoughtful eyes
So that they turn around.
that turn around. Let's just see if it's going to work. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll give it a shot. Let's write 4 instead of the number. 4 children walking, thoughtful eyes, and let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm not I can't tell you if this is going to work or not because
Sure.
I don't have complete. Okay, so variations. Oh, this was variation strong. So when we just did variations,
Mm,
this up here, what's
yeah.
it? Where is it? This one? Is it this one? No, this one. We did variations of these two. So it naturally gave us 4 in this
Yep.
image here. So down here, yeah, but it gave us 4 children and 2 of them with
Hmm.
thoughtful eyes. Let me just, I don't know if it didn't turn the children. Oh, it did. Let me
Is
zoom in.
that one? Yeah.
So the way to change this a little bit is also you can zoom in. You can type sometimes it freezes. You can type is it done? Yeah, it's done. You can type you can describe the view, like whether you want a close-up view, like medium range view, and
Mm,
that will describe this one looks like these two, it's hard to tell. And they still look like they're walking away.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, so it's not perfect, but you can
That's
continue to
okay.
use it to um to get what you want. And like we can change the prompt. Let me go up to include like we'll save the seed image, copy, we'll do a new prompt, and we'll do let's describe the shot. Let me just see here. Let's write, I have a bunch of them listed because it's hard to remember them all. So we could put cinematic shot. Let's do that. Cinematic shot, comma, um, wide angle shot, angle shot, shot of, let's just put 4 here. 4 Guatemalan children. Let's just put children, age 6 to 9 walking, and let's just see what happens. So just by changing these words like cinematic shot, it may now transition to like more of a photograph, but we'll just see. We'll see how that works. If it does that, then we can add in something like a storybook, like children's storybook shot or scene or something.
Okay.
And then there's one more thing I want to try, which is the style, which is like adding a certain style. How much time do you have? Do you have?
Oh yeah, I have some more time.
You do? Okay. Okay,
Yes.
so these are also pretty cool. Cinematic shot, wide angle shot. So it gives us a little bit of a wider angle in the background. You can see more of the
Oh
horizon.
yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that one especially is beautiful.
Okay.
I love that one.
Okay. Let me sometimes it freezes out.
Wow. That one on the top right really reminds me of
Oh,
Guatemala.
that's really cool. So let's get the seed image
Oh,
then for that so you can use it in the future. Yeah, this one's great. That looks beautiful.
wow. That looks like the hill where we're building a house in Guatemala. We have that
Wow,
view. It's
that's
really
really
cool.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. All right, so let's get the seed image so you could use it again. And do you remember how to do that? We got to go up to here
Yes, you have to click that.
at
The
the
envelope.
envelope, and then it'll give us the seed image. Yeah, here it is. Here's the seed image here. So it looks like 3509712850. So you can use that seed image in
Yeah.
the future.
Nice. I
And
just wrote that down. Yeah, that it looks like overlooking the village is what it
yeah,
looks like. That is
yeah,
really cool.
that's great. Let's do, what else did I say I wanted to do? Oh, let's do a style setting and let's do a children's, see, like this looks a little bit more like a photograph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's copy this prompt with the seed and let's do see, it's probably accessing images online from this location. That's why the environment could be reading it. We put the location in, so it's probably
Oh, right.
saying
So it's
that.
looking more
Yeah,
like
there's definitely like if I put that in, there's definitely images of that online. So let's copy this
Mm.
prompt and let's take a look. Let's do a quick search. Yeah, look, what did I do? Amazon. What did I order here? Um, let's do a quick Google search for do you have a favorite children's author? Not that I just want to show you an example. Maybe we could try Leo Leone just because
Sure.
I know
He's
him and he's like, not that I know him personally, but I know his work and
Yeah.
I really admire his work. Um, so let me just see here for a second. Um, so cinematic shot, wide angle shot, comma in the style of Leo Leone. Is that how you spell it, or is it two N's? Let me see.
Lionni, I think.
It's two N's, right? And Leo Leone, comma. All right, let's see what happens now. Oops, sorry.
This should
And
be
I
interesting.
want to, yeah, I want to show you about the image. One more thing. After this, I'll show you one more thing about uploading a photograph or an image,
Yes. Yeah.
how you could get characters and then
Hmm.
yeah, so didn't oh this is the different one. Wait, is this it? Yeah, it is it. Leo Leone. That's not in his style at all though.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Why is that? Yeah, why is that?
Huh.
Um,
The style. Hmm.
let me try one more time. Could be too much. Backslash, imagine the let's take out the seed image
Oh, okay.
and wide angle shot. Let's take out the seed image. That's probably why.
Cinematic, maybe too.
Let's write children's book about growing up in Guatemala, comma, in the style of Leo Leone. All right, let's give
Mm.
that a yeah, like one of the reasons I became a professor was like a teacher was like was because I had the opportunity to be like a graduate teaching assistant when I was studying architecture in graduate school. And then, okay, it got the children's book
Yes, definitely,
ability, right?
definitely more like children's book.
But it doesn't, this is definitely not the Leo Leone version of the children's book.
Mm.
Wonder how we could do that more. Let me take this out. Leo Leone. Oh no. Copy. I can get drawn into this. It's like a rabbit hole trying to get
Right.
exactly what you want.
Same thing I do. Like you're determined. Like I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah, I know. Leo Leone um, by author Leo Leone. It should be in the style of should
Wait,
be,
can you just say the illustrator? Like, would it make a difference?
or let me see. Veracruz, Guatemala. Try it at the end.
Mm.
Style of Leo. Oops. Leo Leone. He has such a unique drawing style that
Yes.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't able to pick it up.
Yeah, it is very,
But like
it's,
one of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's very unique.
Yeah,
I wonder if it just doesn't match what we're trying to do.
yeah.
That,
Oh, a little bit.
oh, Oh,
Yes.
that's wow.
Great. This is beautiful.
Yes, those colors, those
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
remind
that's it.
me.
So maybe shifting. See, people just watch like
Wow.
YouTube videos, they describe like prompting formats, and they say you should put the style settings ahead, but I find that if you put the style at the end, it works
Wow.
better. That's why
That's cool.
that's why like in my prompts, like my architecture prompts, I'll always put the style at the end. So like because you get a much like here, like Louis Kahn. Like that's the Lou Kahn is one of the architects that influences me. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so
wow.
Lou Kahn, Alvar Aalto, and Carlos Scarpa and Bridget Shim. So
Mm,
I'm able to blend these different artists together. So it's not, and you could do the same thing with your storybook. Like you can find a few artists that this feels very much to me like Leo Leone's work, though.
yeah, absolutely. I'm
It's
like
tough.
looking at it compared to some of his books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the colors, the way that
Yeah.
everything is yeah,
Like,
especially this one with the gray trees, like reminds me
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
this stuff. Wow, that is really cool.
So yeah, so just putting the settings like that.
Yeah.
So let's do like let's also put it in the style of traditional Guatemalan art.
Uh-huh, that would be
Art
interesting.
of art a
Or you could
traditional
say Mayan.
Mayan. Okay, Mayan influenced. Okay,
That's a
so
huge Mayan
I,
influence there.
yes, let's just do that then. Okay, copy. Let's go here, backslash, imagine.
You could say
Um,
traditional Mayan, Guatemalan Mayan art.
okay, in the style of um, traditional Guatemalan and Mayan art. You see how you can start with a prompt and you kind of don't really get 100% what you want, but then
Mm,
build on it and take some words out and put other words in and
right,
slowly get to the point where you're getting something like, oh, this is like an inspiration board that I could very easily start putting text into, and it feels very much like a
right.
story, you know. And you can also mix, like you can mix artists. You can mix, like that's what I'm doing in my and when I write architecture prompts, like, oh wow,
Oh.
I don't know if that I'm not so familiar with it still has a
Hmm.
bit Leo Leone. Oh wait, let me
Does
just
look a little Leo, especially in the first one.
yeah, the first one does. This is
Oh
beautiful
no.
image actually.
Yeah.
Let me just see for a second. Veracruz. Yeah, okay. Mayan. Let's yeah. See some images it has 5 children. But what else did I want to show you? Did I mention something else?
Yes, uploading.
Uploading a picture. All right, so let's do should we just pick let me just think for a second how to do this. I can use my daughter, I guess. Let me see. Um Images, where's photos? Photos.
Just to put it in perspective, this is kind of like a sample of Mayan artwork. Like the colors are, there's usually a lot of color.
Yeah, let me just see here for a second. There's my daughter. Ha ha, that's funny. All right, let me just pick.
Oh, she's so cute. Is she still that age?
No, this is when we lived in New York City. So let me just get a smaller picture of her. And
Oh, she's adorable.
she's a big artist. She loves to, you can see like paint all over her. She loves to paint and stuff. So let's just capture this image.
That's great.
And then I'll show you how to upload an image. Go here.
Okay.
Let's just go to preview app, file, um, move to, let's go Liverpool, AI in education. I'll just leave it here. Let's do,
And the images that are created can be copied and pasted into a slide deck.
oh yeah, yeah, I do that. I on here, I just use this screenshot and,
Okay.
but there's a way to download the images also.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you
Yeah,
could.
there's a way to download them also. Oh, so that's it. So let's go back to Midjourney, which is somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so let's do so if you want to use an image now, you want to hit this little plus here, right? And it says
Okay.
upload file. You're going to upload a file. And the file I just put in is here, AI in education. And then here it is. It's Cora, this one. So upload. Okay, let's hit return. It's going to upload the image. And then you want to get the, wait till it finishes uploading. Then you want to get the hyperlink that's associated with the image and paste that into the prompt, just the same way. So click on this, open in browser, and then copy the link. Okay, and then just go back and let's do a new prompt. Imagine, copy the link, and then let's just do character, children's storybook character in the style of Leo Leone. And so let's do dash aspect, aspect ratio. 16 to 9. And then let's do dash. So with image weight. So the image weight, I think they might have changed it recently, but it used to go from like 0 to 2. It could be 0 to 3 now. I'm not sure, but I still use 0 to 2. So basically what we're doing in this prompt is we're giving Midjourney two things. We're giving them an image, and then we're giving them a prompt. So Midjourney is going to weigh them equally unless you tell it otherwise. So if you want the image weight to be weighted more, then you would put you would write IW space 2. So it goes from 0 to 2. So then it would be weighted more. If you want the image weight to be weighted less, you might put like image weight of like 0.25 or like 0.1 or something to be weighted less. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it might work. So we'll just give it a shot.
And when you say the image weight, that's just so that like the image comes out more like the
more or
photograph?
less. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, not like a photograph. It's
Oh.
how much the image is influenced, how much the Midjourney's image is influenced by the photograph.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. I didn't describe it right.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's going to come out like a photograph, but it may.
No, but just that it looks more like it.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh God. All right. So then say you liked one of these characters, right? Say number 2 or whatever, right? So go back, then you would get the seed image.
Okay.
You would upscale 2, right? So it's going to upscale 2. And then when it upscales 2, then you would get the seed image for this.
It looks like a doll.
I got to show her when she gets home. Oh,
Oh my God, she's gonna.
now,
How old is she now?
She's 13 now.
Oh,
So.
she's gonna die when she sees
Yeah, she's
that.
gonna laugh. Yeah, this will be
Yeah.
like a birthday card or something. So now you get the seed image, and then you can use it. So you can develop characters like this, and then you input the seed image.
Nice.
So let's do another one where the image weight is less. So you get to see a little bit about that, and then here we go. Let's copy this image weight, copy, / imagine prompt. Let's do image weight of like 0.25, and then we'll run it. It's not so much like Leo Leone though. But that's maybe
a little bit of the background, no? Maybe.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. I see it, yeah. But yeah, let me know. So yeah, so the image weight is much less. So
you have to show her that one.
Yeah, that's really good. I wish she was reading all the time.
They made her into a lion.
Yeah, that's really great, right? That's funny. Image weight is less. Let me just look at the original image. Or maybe because the ruffle around her neck.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Her shirt has this
in her hair, ruffle. The bow.
Yeah, and the bow. Yeah, it has the.
Oh my.
It has the ruffle around the neck, so maybe that's why it.
That's hysterical.
But this has a little bit of feeling of Leo Leone, these
Yes,
flowers
that does. Yeah, with the eyes
in the
being
back. Yeah,
like that
that's right.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Okay, so do you have any other questions for me, Kerri? Like,
oh my gosh. I'm sure I have a ton, but this is such a great start. Um, I guess then my just logistical question is, um, how do I get started with this? I really want to try it out. First of all, I guess my question is it possible to um test it out? Like do they have like a pilot or a
good question.
trial or
Midjourney. You have to create an account on Discord. Let me just see here. Hold on a second. Discord. Let's see, discord.com. And let's just go. I forget. I did this a long time ago. Open Discord, maybe. I'm not sure what they're doing now. For a while, you see, it's asking me to log me in like automatically.
okay.
For a while, they had stopped accepting new people because the
Oh,
servers being overwhelmed and they weren't able to. So, but I think they have changed that. And
so I go onto Discord, create an account.
yeah, create an account. That's how you would do it. I mean, if you go to YouTube also, there's like if you just say like, how do I start using Midjourney? There may
Okay.
be like a 2-minute YouTube video that will just take you step by step through it. And then
Okay.
I forget how to get to the Journey bots. I forget how to get to um, the newbie rooms, the rooms where all like new people are just.
Mm.
It's a public forum, so it's a good way to look at that. It's a good way to get a sense of like how people are writing prompts and how to learn from it. But yeah,
And
so
this seems like, yeah, and it seems like it's a very a professional level
you mean Midjourney is like,
Midjourney. It seems like
yeah,
it could be very professional. Just again with all of the features that it has,
yeah.
it's more it has more options and more tools than let's say going on Dali
I mean,
and
you could also start to integrate, like, let's just go to, what is this? ChatGPT. And you can just, what I found is like, I'm doing part of my project for this course is I'm doing some research into seeing how um, the relationship between English speakers, like native English speakers, using Midjourney and non-native English speakers using Midjourney.
oh,
And because so a lot of what the non-native English speakers do is they use AI to help them write a prompt.
uh-huh.
And what I'm finding is that using AI to help you write a prompt for for Midjourney gives you a much better result. So it's
Really?
almost like different AIs like ChatGPT and Midjourney, they kind of know how to talk to each other better.
Uh-huh.
I would go to in the past what I've done is like I've used all three. I've used Claude, I've used Perplexity, and I've used ChatGPT to help craft prompts to get like exactly what you want. So that could be one way to do it. But you can
Okay.
also say like, give me a second here. I love this. I've been using this like take a deep breath, breath, and help me work on this problem step by step. Period. Um, can you uh, give me instructions for for how to use Midjourney to write a children's storybook? I don't know what it's going to say, but I found that it's definitely true. Like one of our readings talked about starting your prompt with this, like take a deep breath.
Yeah,
And
what does that do?
it gives you a much better result. Like this is like there were like 4 factors that they mentioned, like unexpected factors about AI or like that practical that like some of which are practical to help you and some of which are like unexpected results. And one was like, one of the unexpected results was like, it didn't expect, like the creators of AI didn't expect ChatGPT to be able to start to translate multiple languages, but it kind of, the AI sort of taught itself how to do that. And the other one was that like the hallucinations, but they did this thing, they did a study where they looked at like how to start different prompts to get the best result. And like what you can notice now is like it's taking a long time to write each word. So they found that the number one phrase to start your prompts in ChatGPT was by saying, take a deep breath and help me work on this problem step by step. So now I do that with everything, and it gives you they found that the results are much more helpful, basically the way I'm thinking about it is it's telling ChatGPT to do like a deeper, to draw more deeply on the research about how to answer your question.
That's
So
wild.
yeah,
That is
that's
wild.
yeah,
And I
it's not.
wonder, like, who came up with that and how?
Yeah, like I mean, as a default, like I remember people who wrote the code for Macintosh, they didn't want it to get hacked. So I
Yeah.
remember they buried in the actual code for the operating system, like if you're a hacker, like please be nice, or like, please be nice or be kind or something like
Yeah.
that. And the only way you would find that is if you were a hacker and you went in. So
Yeah.
like my default is like I'm kind of like I try to be polite. So it's like I just say like, hey, good morning, ChatGPT. Like, can you help me work on this morning? And I just feel like it gives you, it's probably my personal bias, but I just feel like it helps you more if you're kind, if you're nicer. But
That's
yeah, so now it's just plan your story. A lot of this you've gotten done already. Characters, who are the main characters, write the story. Here it is. Generate, it's still working on that.
okay.
Join Midjourney Discord, subscribe to a plan. You're probably going to need a plan for this because you don't necessarily need a plan. Like you could also, what I'll do is I'll create a Google Drive folder, and a lot of the images that we came up with today, I can share with you on Google Drive. This way you have access to those
Yeah.
images. And you can also find an artist and give them those images um, to do it, but then you'll have to pay probably more. But you'll have to pay the artist to give them
Right.
inspirational images and say, can you create a storybook like this? But
Well, what I would love to do at some point is get an artist from there. You
from
know,
here, from Mid that works in Midjourney, you mean, or
no, from the
oh,
village.
from
Like get
Guatemala? Yeah,
get
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, so that's a
yeah.
great.
You know,
Then I would just use it to generate some images, and
I feel like what I'm doing is like, let's get some images that'll get it started and have like a placeholder, right? And then
yeah,
eventually we can turn these books into, the illustrations from, an actual, an artist, a person
yeah.
from that area.
I agree. Local artists, like one
Yeah.
of the there's a lot of controversy. That's part of the controversy about. I consider it controversy about sustainability because a lot of like the dimension sustainability to me just doesn't deal with like the resources of the natural world. It also deals with like the sustainability of human culture, and like what I had mentioned earlier about one of the reasons I got into education was because I was a graduate teaching assistant in architecture school, and I really was like impressed by how great it is to help teach. And so
Mm.
that led to my teaching. And so now a lot of schools are doing away with teaching assistants and they're using AI.
Ah,
So they're not practicing a sustainable culture by cutting off the upstream sort of flow of the
right,
next generation of teachers. So,
right.
and it's as true as it is for my teaching experience. It's also true for artist experience. A lot of people are using ChatGPT or like Midjourney or
Mm.
DALL-E to create images, and they're cutting off the sustainability of artists
Right.
as a way of being, written by
Yeah.
Bill Gates. Look at this. What does it got here? Final tips. Add your name. Oh, because it's me. Oh, yeah. That's because I asked it.
There's the author.
I was like,
Ah,
yeah. It also keeps. I never did this before, but let me just do this. There was a recent article in the New York Times about you can ask ChatGPT to do a drawing of your life. Hi, let me just ask it. All right, so hold on a second. Take a deep.
It's calling you Bill Gates.
I know. That's funny, right? Take a deep breath.
Do you get
And
that all the time?
yeah, every day it's something. Where did I go yesterday? I for somewhere I went and the interesting name. I was like, yeah, take a deep breath. Help me work on this problem step by step. Period. And you do a drawing of my life.
Mm.
Let's see what happens. Taking a big risk here.
Ah,
That sounds like a great idea. To create a drawing of your life, I need a little more. Here are some key moments. Oh, it's going to ask me more stuff. Color palette.
okay.
There was a way, I got to look again at the article. There's a way to ask it to do a drawing. Oh, based on my prompts. Maybe like, let me just copy this. Based on my prompts. Copy.
Oh, like all the prompts that you've
Yeah.
used?
Not
Oh,
my based on my
that's interesting
prompt history.
and dangerous.
Yes.
Are we still recording?
I know, yeah. Crossing my fingers here. Let's see. Based on your prompt history, I
That's
could. It's taking its time. That's because I asked it to take a deep breath and help me put it down.
right.
So it may take a while. Maybe it's a good time to stop the recording. But no, yeah. So just be in touch if you need help with anything. What I'll do is I'll create a Google Drive folder. I have to do this for the other student also. Like I have to create a Google Drive folder and just upload some images. I'll do that today. And